Welcome to an uber special Tyrants on the Field video. We are getting to preview the Old Umbrey Auxiliary Expansion rules. This is an official preview from our friends at SteamForge Games. They were kind enough to give content creators a sneak behind the curtain a little bit early at the rules. So I'm able to share this with you before all of this goes live in the app. So this box and these rules are incredibly exciting. We see the return of control in this box. We see a lot of help for Old Umbrey and some of their weaknesses, namely against ranged. But most importantly, this box is absolutely bursting with one of my favorite things on the planet, that being bears. This box is absolutely overrun with bears. It is all over the place. You can kind of see from the art, and we're going to put some bears up on the screen to go ahead and just set the mood for this box. But if you've ever wanted there to be more bears in your factions, Old Umbrey is the place where there is nothing but bears. There are so many bears in this box. We have people riding bears. We have people turning into bears. We have bears that are really big. We have bears that are slightly smaller. We have champions on bears. We have bear cavalry. Yes, bear cav. Finally, we can all agree that this is the greatest thing to happen to Warmachine ever. We have all wanted bears, nothing but bears. The box is all bears, except for the things in the box that aren't bears. And we'll get to those in just a minute. So let's go ahead and get into the action here. And we're going to start with the Ursane Hunters. I'm sorry, not the Ursane Hunters. We're going to start with the Ursan Champion. Now, the Ursan Champion is absolutely glorious. It is a marked solo, so this can be shifted. It costs 5 points, has 10 boxes. It's on a 50. It's unstoppable. It is cavalry, because it's bear cav, and it has Pathfinder base. Speed 7, Mat 7, Def 12, Arm 18. He's going to come with a variety of battle plans. The first battle plan, Desperate Pace. That's right. You know it. You love it. It's been taken away from every faction that has it, but it's back in Old Umbrey with Desperate Pace, small base Leechman. So very similar to how Dusk has it on their champion for small-based Solus. For Old Umbrey, we have Desperate Pace for small-based Leechman. Again, range 5, target-friendly, small-based Leechman Trooper. If the model's in range, the unit that it is part of gains +2 speed during its normal movement this turn. It's got Precision Strike. You know it. You love it. Allows you to move through friendly models within 10 of the champion. And then it gives you Stir the Blood as well as the last battle plan, which is range 5, target-friendly faction warrior model unit. If the model unit is in range, each affected model gains +2 to its next melee attack damage roll this turn. So a nice buff for all of the infantry and solos in Old Umbrey. With this particular champion here, it has Repo 2, and then Veteran Leader Leechman. So while within 10 of this model, other friendly Leechman models gain +1 to attack rolls. So a way to buff up the Leechman in their never-ending pursuit for being as amazing as they can be. So let's go ahead and go through the attacks. He's got a Cavalry Saber, Brutal Charge on that, range 1, POW 12, crit brutal damage on there. And then he has 2 bear claws, so the bear gets 2 attacks. Also Mat 7, POW 14, and crit knockdown on both of those attacks against range 1. And then he's got a shield, Mat 7, range 1, plus 2 armor, so effective 20, as long as you're not facing something with chain weapon. And POW 9. So 4 initials is fantastic on this guy. The battle plans are excellent. And then the passive leadership for Leechman, also just a huge value solo. And it's a dude on a bear. It is bear cavalry at its finest, which leads us into our next bear cavalry unit, which is the Leechman Ursanes. The Leechman Ursanes are 8 box models. You get 3 of them for 10 points. You can have a max allowance of 2 units. They are 50 millimeter. They are unstoppable. They have Pathfinder and combined arms, as well as cavalry rule. They are speed 7, mat 6, rat 6, def 12, arm 18, reposition 2, and unyielding, so effective 20 in combat. They have 3 initials, one of which is a spray with pistol. It's a rat 6, spray 6, rate of fire 1, POW 14, if you need it. 2 bear claws, again, mat 6, range 1, POW 14, crit knockdown on those bear claws, and then they've got their shields for mat 6, range 1, POW 9. They have the shield, again, range 1, POW 9. Really provides some excellent, again, 4 initials on this cav. With the champion, they go up to mat rat 7. So very easy to get them to an effective rate. They are marked, so again, they can transform into shifted models if need be. Just a phenomenal heavy unit for heavy infantry unit for the army as a whole. Greater survivability, def 12, arm 18, with unyielding, again going to 20. 8 boxes. These guys are just value town. I think you're going to want to put a unit in a lot of times. I don't know how often I'm going to field 2 because, again, the 1-inch reach is a little awkward, but this is a faction with access to lightning tendrils. So if you want to take the rack slot, you can go ahead and get them to reach 2 and do all the nasty things that you can do with reach 2 cavalry. On to our first shifted unit. The Ursane Apex. The Ursane Apex is an alpha predator. He is speed 5, mat 7, defense 11, arm 18. Again, unstoppable, tough, and Pathfinder. He's on a 50 mil base. You can have 2 of him. He's cost 4, 12 points. He has Defiant Rage. What Defiant Rage does is when this model is damaged by an enemy attack, after the attack is resolved, this model gains +2 arm and +2 to melee damage rolls for 1 round. He has immovable objects who cannot be knocked down, cannot be placed, and cannot be moved or pushed, slammed, or thrown. He has Leadership Ursane Shifted. While within 10 of this model, friendly Ursane Shifted models gain Defiant Rage and Retaliatory Strike. Retaliatory Strike, if this model is hit by an enemy melee attack during your opponent's turn. After the attack is resolved, this model can immediately make 1 basic melee attack against the attacking model. This model can only make 1 retaliatory strike per turn, has the shapeshifter rule, and it has shield guard. So again, providing some additional range defense to an army whose main weakness is range defense. Has 3 attacks base, all range 1, mat 7, POW 15 on the bite, and 2 claws at POW 15. Each of the claws have beatback. So having some flexibility with beatback in there lets you go ahead, move models around that could be in a position to be harmful to you or are in better scenario placement. Allows you to get them off of scoring position again in a game where we're often just getting something within 3. Being able to push it back 1 takes them out of scoring or takes them out of contesting, even if you can't kill it. So a lot of value here on the Ursane Apex for 4 points. Really strong model as a whole. And when you mix it in with the unit that's coming up, which are the shifted, uh, you start to see that there is quite a bit of layers to the range defense in this faction, beyond just having access to Windstorm, beyond having access to the Shearlings, and the Ram's Scapegoat ability, which basically just gives vision across the board for 3 inches. You've got Shield Guard here on the Apex, and that is no slouch of an ability by any measure. But we're about to talk about the shifted, and the shifted, which this is going to grant some abilities to. All right, on to the shifted. The shifted are absolutely busted. So the shifted, you get 4 of them. They are cost 3. You have field allowance 4. They are cost 3 for each individual model. They are speed 5, mat 6, def 12, arm 17, 40 millimeter, tough, and Pathfinder. Let's talk about their actual huge value, which is protective rage. When a friendly model is directly hit by a non-spray ranged attack, if this model is not yet in play, you may choose to have this model replace a friendly faction marked model within 3 of the model hit. This model is automatically hit instead and suffers all damage and effects. Remove the marked model from play. Okay, so there's a faction called Infernals that I'm sure most of our competitive players are very well versed in. And some of our newer players are just trying to understand if and what they do. They had a unit, or have a solo called an Umbrey, and that Umbrey, or Umbrel, that Umbrel goes ahead and does a very similar thing when a model is attacked with a ranged attack on the side of the Infernals. Well, here we get a very similar ability that just is only defeated by sprays, and that it won't trigger on a spray. But essentially, what it lets you do with Protective Rage is if you've got marked models nearby, they are hidden shield guards as long as you have some Ursane shifted off the side of the board and that have not come in yet. And it means if they're hit with a ranged attack, you can go ahead, choose to, or something within 3 of them is hit with a ranged attack, you can go ahead, turn 1 into an Ursane shifted. The Ursane shifted takes the attack. Takes that attack. And then you can do fun things like go, oh, I just got hit by an attack. I'm going to go ahead and say you don't get a damage roll because I'm going to go ahead and scapegoat it with my Shearling. So that's a fun thing you can do. They have Shapeshifter, which again, the Shapeshifter rule, and they have Shield Guard. So the other fun thing here is that Protective Rage is not Shield Guard. Meaning, you can Protective Rage, and then that bear can still Shield Guard in that same turn. So it is pure value town. For 3 points, these are amazing. Now again, I will reiterate, as I have talked with other folks, that again, while the rate for this is 3 points, the rate for this is actually closer to 8 points. And the reason for that is you need to take a unit of marked models that you have to be able to transform, shapeshift into. And to me, the Warden is kind of the ideal model for this. We can talk about the Hunters, which are going to be previewed a little bit later in this video. But right now, we're going to talk about the Warden. And shifting into a Warden to bring this Ursine up, the Warden unit costs 5 points. This costs 3 points for 1. That's an 8-point investment minimally to have 1 Protective Rage with the option to Shield Guard after, provided that it doesn't one-shot you. And again, at 8 boxes, arm 17, it may not kill you, depending on what went through. Just phenomenal models. You're going to see these a lot. You as an Old Umbrey player are going to use these a lot. These are going to be a staple in all of the lists. They solve massive problems. They are also Mat 6, range 1, POW 13 for 3 attacks with beatback on the Bear Claws as well. So again, nice positional model for 3 points on top of all of the value that we are getting from these guys at Shield Guard and Protective Rage, which is just an amazing rule. To be able to just jump out and become the target is massive, and it's going to be something you've got to watch out for, and it's going to be something you have to abuse if you're on the other side of it. So we have our new Leechman Hunters. Leechman Hunters are a marked unit. Old Umbrey, you get 5 grunts for 6 points. They are field allowance 4. They are speed 6, mat 6, rat 6, def 12, arm 15, 30mm models, pathfinder base, ambush, and advanced deploy. They have headshot, so a model disabled by a ranged attack made by this model cannot make a tough roll. Models destroyed by a ranged attack made by this model are removed from play. So you got some RFP and some anti-tough tech. They've got 10-inch range, one rate of fire, and POW 12. So a real nice gun for 6 points. They can get up to 7 mat and 7 rat. If you've taken a champion for the 5 points, they ambush, so they give you some positional flexibility. And having an ambushing unit at POW 12 with a 10-inch range attack is nothing to sneeze at. That is a really nice rate, and they do have a melee weapon. They do not have combined arms, so that is something to watch out for, in that they are really just there to come up, shoot something, remove something with tough, and likely die, or to spend a round contesting. They give you some positional flexibility. I like this unit a lot. But again, points are very tight, and you've got to make some decisions. But they are marked. You get 5 of them. They've got guns, and guns tend to be something that isn't bad in this game most of the time. So definitely something to look for and something to enjoy while you are going through the Old Umbrey. All right, on to our next complex little piece of tech, which is Zavana Aaga, the Dark Sister. Character, 5 points, 8 boxes. It is an attached model, which means before the game, this attached model is attached to a friendly faction leader for the rest of the game. Each leader can only have 1 model unit attached to it. The attached model is part of the leader's battle group. She is a 30mm base. She has stealth and pathfinder base. She is speed 5, at 6, mat 6, rat 6, def 15, arm 14. She has body snatcher with grave robber 5 inches. So this model can gain corpse tokens when enemy living or undead model is destroyed within 5 of this model. This model gains the destroyed model's corpse, and when a friendly faction living model is destroyed by continuous effect, an enemy attack or collateral damage from an attack while within 5 of this model gains the corpse as well. This model can have up to 5 corpses on it any time, and they can spend it on the following. They can do fog and filthy air. So during the activation, this model can spend a corpse to use fog and filthy air and target friendly faction models within 5 of this model. If the model is in range, it gains concealment for 1 round. It can also use it for meat for the beast. During its combat action, this model gains or can spend corpse tokens to boost 1 attack and 1 damage roll for each token spent. Peak and Pine, which is a huge ability. This model can spend a corpse to make a ranged 8 POW 12 magic attack. If this attack damages an enemy model, this model's leader can transfer damage to the affected model 1 time. Then Peak and Pine expires. Peak and Pine lasts for 1 round. So let's get into this a little bit because it's a big ability. So I use a corpse, I make it attack, which I can then boost with other corpses because of meat for the beast. If I damage the enemy model, my leader can use that model to transfer damage for 1 round. Meaning, if you can engineer a situation where your leader is going to take some damage, you throw all of that damage via transfer onto the opposing enemy model that you have hit with Peak and Pine. So wrap your head around that for a minute. Understand we've got models that we have access to with Thresher, models with access to a lot of things where we can just engineer ways to hurt our own caster without our opponent ever obliging us. So Peak and Pine, huge little bit of tech that we can really do some abusive things with. And I'm sure people are going to be highly creative with this. This is going to be one of those abilities that kind of separates out those that really understand what Dark Sister does and those that don't. Lastly, she has Toil and Trouble. While within 3 of this model, plus an additional inch for every corpse on this model, so if she's got a full boat, she goes to 8 inches. Enemy models gain an additional die on attack rolls, and you just card the highest die for each roll. So she can create a bubble of non-casted, just base, good old fashioned star-crossed in a faction that starts at Def 13. That is not a bad rate. That's actually a pretty fantastic set of abilities there for Ivana. Now let's get into her weapons, which are pretty amazing. She has Carrion Crows, Rat 6, Range 12, Rate of Fire 1. Black Wings. If this model attack misses, nothing happens. On a direct hit, though, against enemy model, you center a cloud effect template on the model hit. The template is a hazard that remains in play for 1 round. Enemy living and undead models in the template, when it is placed, suffer blind for 1 round. Enemy living or undead models entering or ending their activation in the template suffer 1 point of magical damage. A model suffering blind cannot make ranged or arcane attacks, suffers -4 mat and -4 death, and cannot run, charge, or make slam or trample power attacks. It must forfeit either its normal movement or combat action in its next activation. Blind can be shaken. And then it has a Gnarled Staff, which gives you Starved, which again, same thing that the Starved has, which is the weapon if you damage, you must forfeit your combat action. And then we get on to our most amazing caster. Control is back on the menu, kids. Olisa Reznikova, Mistress of Thorns. She is 16 boxes, 40 millimeter, Pathfinder, Speed 6, At 6, Rat 6, Def 16, Arm 16, Arc 7, Control 14. She's got Field Marshal Treewalker. Cohort models in this model's battle group gain Treewalker. She's got Spring Blades. So if she's hit with a melee attack, the attacking model suffers D3 damage immediately after the attack is resolved. And if the model was destroyed, unless this model was destroyed or removed from play. She's got Strange Growth, so once per turn at any time during its activation, you can place this model anywhere complete within 5 of its current location, which is pretty nifty on her. And then she's a Treewalker herself, and Treewalker gives model ignores forest when determining line of sight. While completely within a forest, this model gains +2 defense against melee attack rolls. She's got Grasping Briars, which is a Rat 6 control ranged spell, or a ranged attack. Magical POW 14, Rate of Fire 1. It's got Fertilizer. So if you kill a living or undead model, it is boxed by an attack made with this weapon. You center a 3-inch template on the boxed model and then remove that model from play. That template is a forest terrain that remains in play for 1 round. So she is essentially Don Cheadle's Captain Planet. So she kills something and turns it into a tree. It's fantastic. So it makes a forest. It has From Beneath, so this attacks with this weapon ignore cover and concealment. So essentially has Hunter. And then she's got Burgeoning Thorns as her feat. While in Reznikova's control range, enemy models without flight suffer -2 speed and defense. While in Reznikova's control range, friendly faction models gain spring blades. Burgeoning Thorns lasts for 1 round. So this is really cool, and it's going to act, for the minus speed portion, will act exactly like how it's determined for difficult terrain, where it's the -2. So if you don't have enough speed going in, you basically it immediately stop once you would exceed that extra 2 inches. But only once. So you can go in and out of it, but if you go into it even once during the feat, you're at -2 speed to your effective movement, even on a run, that kind of thing. So really cool. Excellent feat. No notes on the feat. That's not really where the control elements are. There's some good control elements there, but the control elements are in her spell list. She is rapid growth. She is, which is you get to place a 3-inch template anywhere completely within the spellcaster's control range. That template is a forest and remains in play as long as its upkeep is paid. So you can make forest for 2 fury. You have Stranglehold, one of the best control spells in the game, in a faction that has access to Geomancy on their heavies. Stranglehold costs 3, range 10, POW 13. It is offensive, and a model damaged by Stranglehold forfeits either its normal movement or its combat action in its next activation, as its controller chooses. So you can spam this out with the proper build of Primevals and herself. She has Thistle as another spell. Again, range 8, POW 11. If the target model is within 2 inches of a forest, the attack gains boosted attack and damage rolls when resolving this spell. So she can be quite the little spell assassin here with these 2 little bits. And then the real moneymaker is Harvest. So Harvest, when a living or undead enemy model is destroyed in the caster's control range. Now, I'll remind you, the caster's control range is 14. This caster gains 1 Fury point. The spellcaster's Fury cannot exceed its arc total as a result of Harvest. So you can go ahead and rat-a-tat-tat with Thistle and Stranglehold, killing a bunch of things, and then getting your Fury back to go ahead and kill more things, or just stay safe. So she is absolutely phenomenal. When you look at all of the little bits that combine in this faction, she really provides some incredible control to the entirety of it. And she gets to be an awesome spell assassin at the end. Like this is a model that I cannot wait to play. This is my kind of caster. She is going to absolutely touch people in bad places, which is exactly what I want. That's what I play this game for. I am a blue magic player at heart, and my fun is denying your fun in many ways when it comes to just saying no to what you want to do. And Stranglehold and being able to create forests and reducing your speed, reducing your defense, taking corpses from you, building the corpse economy. She just does everything that I want. I want to very much thank SFG for providing this rules preview for myself and other content creators. This is really amazing. Love the fact that we're able to get this information out to you all earlier in the cycle. Really hope you like and subscribe. This is everything that we do here is to try and make it a better gaming world for everybody. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. Thank you again to SFG for providing the previews. And I look forward to getting these guys in my hand. They are going to be absolutely a dominant box. I cannot wait to do horrible things to people with all of these bears and this amazing Resnick lady. Dark Sister seems really interesting, and even though I think they're the least interesting thing in the box, even the Leechman Hunters are incredibly serviceable in this faction. Like Old Umbrey just has me in a way that a faction really hasn't captured my imagination in a long time. Maybe when Orgoth first came out, it was like that for me. and then Shadowflame. But Old Umbrey is just hitting all of the buttons in a way that the other factions just haven't been hitting for me. And again, really appreciate the opportunity to do this. Thank you again. Please like and subscribe and share this out. Enjoy it. And I look forward to seeing the official drop in the app for this on Wednesday. Thank you all.